told a nigga I bust his ass.
You niggas is Facebook groups.
Pause, nigga.
You said you got to say your bus is keister.
Pause. Nigga, I
You know
said
them
I
niggas
guarantee.
up in LOB, man, be strange sometimes. You better put a pause on that.
Yeah, yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
they reported me. They reported me because that's the only way you can get. That's the only way you can get like that is if somebody reports you. So they reported me. It's all good.
This is the DOG podcast. Let's not cuss in the first 2 minutes. Let's. I'm trying something. I'm trying some. See, I was about to cuss right there, but I'm trying something.
Right.
I ain't even gonna say nothing until the 2 minutes, man. You know, because I end up chopping it up and forgetting. But this is the DLG podcast. We got your boy Topper Hill in the building. We
You
got
know,
Def Chef definitely in
Mm-hmm.
the building. Dr.
shimmy
Hood in the building.
shim.
I'm gonna leave a
If I
link
say,
just in case somebody want to come up. You know how we do that. You know,
yes,
it's
sir.
always an open platform. Rather, if you think we all cap or whatever, you know, come on up and debate it, or make it a plan to come up here next time and debate it. Maybe you want to fill it out for the first time. You know what I'm saying? However, we appreciate y'all for coming in. Hit the like and subscribe button and engage in the chat also. You know, that's very
Hey,
important that we got the chat.
where's our female residents? Foxy's and Genesis. Y'all hit them up.
Nah, see one thing about it, if we got to put more people in that little that group chat that we be doing,
You know,
and then
I add more. As a matter of fact, I met a
well, I mean, if it's of relevance, you know, not
You know
I wouldn't
Sam
say
Vincent.
everybody. Yeah,
Didn't Sam Vincent come on here the
Yes,
other
Sam.
day?
Yes, Sam was on there.
allegedly, yeah, allegedly.
So I seen him at the blue water the other day. We chopped it up for a sec. 'Cause I ain't really like I know more cats by their name. I don't be going and looking on niggas' pictures to be like identifying them and shit. You feel what I'm saying? So my bad. But I ran across him. I seen he was like, yeah, bro, ain't you Topper Hill? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, bro, you was just on the. We chopped it up for a little bit, so he's supposed to. So yeah, man, be a regular, man. We need,
Yeah,
just we,
yeah, no, that's how it's gonna grow. That's
yeah,
how.
yeah,
Yeah,
come on there. So I was going. He's not my friend on Facebook for me to add him to the group, but I was gonna add him to the group.
damn, I thought
You feel what I mean? So Genesis, I ain't talked to her in a minute. I then probably need to inbox her. 'Cause I like her perspective. She comes with some brand new Florida shit stuff.
yeah, she's
You know,
she's coming in there hard. She's coming in there
yeah,
real hard. You know, she's not letting up one bit. You know,
you know,
uh, uh, Def Chef ain't letting up one bit. You know what I'm saying? I like
No.
their little exchanges. I be liking those. You know, let me see this whack one. So you guys see the Kevin Samuels on there. That's cool.
Yeah.
We'll
yeah,
just say, you just answer the question: was Kevin Samuels good for the men all across the board? I say yes.
yeah. And I keep it with the thing. One thing he's been saying that I've always said that you're not going to get women to admit, and it's been a problem for a minute. But he talks about the women's movement, how it took over the black movement. But in that, he said our fathers, used to women didn't 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 just go pick their dude. The fathers usually picked the man, and it was the father. So once the women got their freedom to choose who they want to choose, they kind of messed us up as far as society wise. You know what I mean? And they don't really want to understand. That's a big that's a big part of what he was saying is just going back to being like your grandmothers, your great grandmothers now, and just you know, listen to the men. You know what I mean? Like men ain't gonna admit wrong. Yeah, he might. It sounds funny. Yeah, he might cheat and have another family, but he gonna still take care of both of them families. So I'm saying now, a nigga he just gonna leave you because you just doing too much. So something that's inevitable. I tell people adultery, and that's a word, bro. Now that's a word because it's always happened. It's not no new word. You know what I mean? So that's what that's what hate to say it. Some niggas is gonna do. Most niggas has done that. Feel, feel what I mean? That's just a bastard kids. That's them is not something
We
that's
better save something for Whack 100's ass though. Because see, we should have cooked on this now.
Now we gonna
Hey,
say
we can
we
cook
can
on
get into it.
everything. What you
Yeah.
think, Def Chef, about the was Kevin Samuels good for men? Not black men, not Asian men, not just men all across the board.
Man. See, I don't really know what his standing was in those other communities. I mean, when I look at, I could speak for black men, and I'm pretty sure people have a different opinion than me. When I review everything, and I just look at the impact, and I look at what was getting said, and when you put your feelings to the side, right? Because everything right now is about how you make me feel. It's not really about what you're giving me. If I feel a certain way, then the message is no good. See, we don't come from that, and that's what they're trying to push now. And Kevin Samuels was definitely good for men. You know what? If you good for black men, you probably good for men across the board. I mean, I doubt that white men are going to give black men the message he gave us, right? Like, because the stuff he gave us was really deeply rooted in manhood. Like, it was just a bottom line type of information, and we don't really like that, right? We want there to be outs, and we want there to be branches and reversals. And when you're dealing with just accountability, that's what it looks like. Well, here's what you need to do. He never said what's happening to you. Nigga is well aware of what's happening to you. Well, here's what you need to do to combat it. Whether it's poverty, racism, you don't got no game, right? He got that simple.
All right.
And any nigga who'll break it down to that compound. Okay, let me ask you about women, because see, I would never take the time to answer anybody's question about a woman, bro, in the regards he would. He had a special gift, dog.
Yeah. And he's only talking about the important part of it is a small percentage. He wasn't talking about he it, he wasn't talking about the macro. I mean, he was talking about the micro of men who make a certain amount of money that the woman wants. That's where he became so controversial because women couldn't understand that their little slogan and their narrative was being debunked that they want a good man.
Well,
You want a good
I think
man.
it was they got slapped to reality because people see a lot of qualities in some of the guys that they were, curving or whatever they say, you know, like
Right, because they
you
didn't have no
curving,
money.
especially good man, just because he's not able to, he probably got money. He just is not gonna be blowing it on your fucking fantasy and shit, right?
Exactly. Right.
He,
With the high
he ain't got
percent.
money that you could just
You can't be no
trick off.
housewife. Right. You're not taking your Birkin bag, all the rap
Right.
stuff.
Well, that's what they
Right.
want. That's what they want.
All the
You
fancy
if they have a
housewives.
rich guy, and let's say the rich guy just wants to downsize and not spend and be, conservative, and you know, they'll be upset with that too. I think they want to be able to brag and just get, if it's worth something. See, a woman that buys shit that's of value, I think that's a whole lot different than a woman that just wants to have a bunch of shit that's not worth shit, right?
It just wants to go out and look good for other motherfuckers. It's a shitting contest on, like Mang said this before. You notice a lot of people on Facebook who got jobs, right? They don't have that much money. They just have a lot more money than the people on Facebook. So they're basically just trying to stun on people on Facebook. Oh, I got it. They're showing their check stubs. They're telling us when they gotta go to get that overtime.
That bank, yeah, they out there in the sun on a holiday and shit,
Right.
getting
You know what I
time and a
mean?
half. You
Right.
know,
But that's normal to millions. That ain't shit. People with millions don't do that. You just trying to stun on the people who don't have it. So you make more than the people don't have it, and you probably never really came from something. So now you feel good, and this is what you think your worth is. So this is kind of why you see some of them don't even be having nobody. They always stunting. I know, I ain't gonna say as a nigga, I want to blast him, but I ain't gonna do that. That's all the nigga do. Talk about this
man,
or
you
that.
guys, man, here you go.
I'm not that nigga. Not that. And I ain't talking about him.
How about this?
He ain't got no fucking. He ain't got no money, nigga. He ain't stunning no money. He's a DJ. Ain't that nigga's a DJ and a stay-at-home
DJs be having
babysitter.
money.
DJ, yeah, that's what I said. DJ's got money.
You ever heard of Marshmello?
He ain't no fuck. He is a marshmallow, but he ain't no
Marshmallow from
motherfucking
up here, huh?
marshmallow though. Come on, man.
The
He's
marshmallow
not.
from up here.
He's a marshmallow, but
Nah,
he
that
ain't
dude who
that
wears that
marshmallow.
marshmallow suit.
Nah, dude.
And he be man, this nigga's
Yeah,
making bread.
because you you travel and you get people to pay for your shit
Nigga,
and all
DJ
that.
Supreme, DJ Topspin, them niggas getting money, yo.
Yeah, okay.
They
That's
are.
all right. I get that. Them is personalities. Them is niggas who know how to cut and DJ. Them niggas, they didn't start off just playing YouTube shit for their friends on Facebook.
Hey, this
You
nigga
feel what
gotta
I mean?
come.
Them niggas, these
Hey,
niggas
he
is
gotta come
real.
back for everything today.
No, I'm just saying, bro. You gonna keep 100? You gonna
We
compare?
gotta
If,
set one up
if
for y'all could just get on
hey,
here and
if
just
DJ
This
weigh
nigga
in
gotta
on
come
Marshmallow,
this.
back for
no,
everything
Cause this
today.
if
I
man,
can
DJ
see that.
God,
Marshmallow was my friend, I'd be offended, bro.
let's get on this whack 100, man. Let's
If
get,
DJ Marshmallow was my friend, I would be
this is
offended,
the
bro.
mode that we in right now, man. We in this whack 100 mode.
Yeah,
This guy.
like I say, man, I'm gonna go out there. Like I say, I fucks with Wack just for the simple reason that he keeps it 100. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't hold back. He's with all that he says he's with. He says it.
Yeah.
He's a Pyru. He ain't saying that he ain't in that shit no more. He's not claiming, you know, this is what Pyrus do, I guess. This is what they're, they're you know, they're gang members. You feel what I mean? They push those lines and he's consistent with that. So I fuck with the consistency of
But
it.
he doesn't say that, you know, that he doesn't tell young kids that, if you could do anything in the world, don't be a Pyru. You feel me?
Uh, he has.
He doesn't say that. Well, I don't hear it
Yeah,
enough
said because what he
because,
says is,
and I ain't trying to just pick on the Pyrus, a gang member, period. Like kids, if you, be anything other and that last,
yeah,
you know.
but he talks about how you come up and how, like he don't understand like cats who come up and they in that lifestyle and they're around that environment. I think I heard him explain how you just don't, and this is what he say, you just don't step into
See,
this game.
he's
It ain't.
saying one thing, but we understand that. But when you get older, we don't step into that because the generation that raised us failed us.
Yeah,
So
but in
so
LA there
basically,
was
what you're telling us that because we got maybe another 10 years until we could just say that we failed our fucking generation too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, some of us. But
You know
here,
what I'm saying?
hey, some of us I tried, bro. I ain't gonna
I
front.
got dudes. I mean, and I ain't trying to point the finger or nothing. And mine's is young.
Right,
I got a 15-year-old son. That he's the oldest.
right.
Out of my boys. So
Yeah, but see this is what I'm saying. LA is a different culture, nigga. They got great grandma Crips and great grandpa Crips and gang
yeah,
members.
they failed. They
Right,
failed.
right. But so when it came up here,
Because they didn't say that shit's not cool.
right.
Like
Well,
gang banging and killing another black person or inflicting any type of violence or swelling up on another black person when you see him walking down the street, that has got to be the dumbest shit on the planet. And we have to let people know that. Like, just like we can make skinny jeans cool and,
Yeah,
and niggas running around doing all this weirdo shit, we seem to make that shit very cool very fast. Okay. So when is killing a black motherfucker retarded? You know,
yeah.
when?
It's
When is
retarded.
it retarded? When?
It's been retarded.
It's
But
not though. We glorify everybody that does it. Everybody that socks a black dude. Oh,
it's
he
a
stole on him. He didn't do
it's the
nothing.
culture. It's the culture though. Like this is what I'm saying to where the gang culture has been personified. I mean, it's been put on the TV. It's been glorified to the point to where even
That
even
it
in New
needs to
York,
be unglorified. Just like
we
those
talk.
baggy ass jeans, the MC Hammer pants and shit. That shit went from cool to uncool. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
It went from cool to uncool.
Maybe this Rico shit will help. But
How are
even
we
with
gonna make it uncool again? You know,
niggas start getting them sentences. You know what I mean? Then they'll get mad. So then when you like, for example, there's really it's like I say, let me play ruckus here, right? So niggas get mad at the three strikes law, niggas get sent to prison, right? But that's what we're talking about. Dude, the niggas so when they tried to do something about the shit, when the shit started spreading to other cities and that
but
gang
we
culture
but we
came,
but we killing each other though.
yeah,
We're
but
not
listen,
talking about running up in the Walmart, kicking the back door in. We're not talking about that.
but that's comes with the culture, bro.
We're not
You
talking
can't
about
separate it.
open up a big old dope shop. We're not talking about that. We're talking about killing each other, bro.
But it's a
For
culture.
nothing. For
That's part of the
nothing, bro.
culture. That's part of the culture. If you can separate it, show me how you can separate it. You can't. Because niggas who's killing, they're coming from Crips, and that's what else they do. They
Man,
rob and they do
everybody
all that
wants to
other
be
shit.
cool. Everybody wants to be cool. You know, you just got to make that shit uncool, bro. You know,
I just try to explain it, bro. It's the culture, the whole gang banging culture. That's a part of it. That's not. That's not without that. Like I said, if I played a so when we did the three strikes to stop all that shit,
yeah. But
then
snitching and gang culture is about to be cool. Rather if you like it or not. You see what I'm saying?
you know, say that
It's
again.
gang snitching, just snitching and rap culture, gang culture. That shit's about to be cool.
Yep.
So whether you like it or not, you know, I'm gonna be in my 50s and 60s, and these young niggas gonna be out here doing shit, snitching on each other. It's like it's gonna be a cool
Bro,
thing to do.
but they've always been snitches, bro.
But
Period.
it hasn't been cool though. You feel what I'm
So they
saying?
say, but it doesn't matter if it's school. It's always been happening. The
Yeah,
TV show, the
but if
TV
it's
shows
cool,
show you that
it's the
every
things
show,
that you frown upon. That's
bro.
like if it's
Every show with a cop in it. What can the cop go to find out the information? Every show with a cop in it. They just never found out because they went and usually the informant was somebody big who told them
so
something.
what? So what? They're not listen, this is my point, and I like to break this shit down, you know. So let's say that they make it cool. Okay, so everybody's doing it, right? Everybody's doing it. Everybody's snitching, right? We see the TV show all the time. Motherfucker go
Since
up
the
in there,
'70s.
be telling, and they make that shit cool, right? Okay, so why don't they put the TV show when a motherfucker say, "Bitch, I ain't telling. I'll go down with the team. Fuck you." You see
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
they do that,
They
but
don't. They don't. They don't. And you could go get the clip. I ain't seen it.
well,
I haven't seen it.
but here's
But
why though.
I could watch First 48 tonight. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's this little bar and they're selling stiff drinks, but nobody knows about it. You feel me? So what good is it? You feel me?
I feel you. I'm just saying that shit's been all that's been around. I'm not gonna act like snitching is a new thing. The snitching has been
Nah,
around,
it's
bro.
just not by no stretch of the imagination. But
Shit.
being cool, it's about to be cool though. That's my thing. I didn't say it was new. Rapping's not new. Fighting and
I
arguing
don't
and
think it.
poverty,
Well,
none of that shit's new.
I hate to say it, but by the way that they just celebrated a known snitch in Tacoma, and I ain't gonna say his name. You right? Like it got you know got the shooter involved, and the conversation came up because the nigga called him a snitch. Because we all know that that's what he's done, right? Well, a few of us know that's what he's done. So now you're out wearing gold, and you get in an argument with somebody. It's the first thing he gonna say, nigga. Shut your snitch ass up or whatever. Nigga, use a snitch. And so then the snitch who can be around, who done told on everybody, can feel a certain way and get into a fight and then can pull out a knife on a nigga. Well, that what happened happened. But now everybody was in the uproar in Tacoma to where they they ain't said nothing because they know I'm right. I was like, bro, I ain't go, well, I know what the conversation happened about. Y'all don't want to talk about that. I ain't, you know, yeah, he lost his life. And that's a bad thing, right? But where do you separate it from? See, that's what I'm saying. When it's the culture is not no single incident. So selling drugs ain't a single incident. Single incident. The culture is all that within all that makes it to where coming up, a kid who sees the culture, he doesn't want to be nothing but.
Yeah, but that shit's we're acting like this shit is hundreds of years. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not.
It's at least 20. It's at least 25.
It could be dug up. This
It's at
shit could
least
be dug
25
up.
here, bro. See,
Yeah, even up here, it'd be even easier to dig it up here.
it's at
You know,
least 25. Like I
to
said,
be
to
dug
where
up, bro. It's not. It ain't been in the ground that long, man. You know, and what you got 40 years of California, 40, 50 years of
nigga, no, they got
California,
longer than that, bro.
you
Like
know,
it's been
60 maybe. That's not that long, bro. You know, we're acting like they got 200 years of the shit. You know, like the white boys been getting on our ass for 200 years and doing
but
us like this.
it'll get to one of my other philosophies. Niggas pollute everything. So something will come out positive and niggas will pollute it.
Well, I'm gonna start by dudes like this is the whack weirdo, you know. Period. He might be the tough guy, or whatever. He catch a fade, and everything. I just don't think he does. And I got the right to my opinion. And then he probably got a whole bunch of other shit that nobody really could see that he's doing that's positive, and that's great.
So
But
we need to
what's
see that
more
shit.
positive than a message, though? You know.
Well, like I said, everybody pollutes stuff. Who has something positive?
If he doing some positive shit, we
Like
need to see it.
everything he could do positive, then he could jump on TikTok and argue with niggas for 4 hours. You know
Well,
what I'm
who
saying?
does something positive?
It's
Who
the
has
message.
something positive?
The message.
Church, Trefro Dollar, the nigga who asked for $64 for a jet. Umar Johnson, who ain't got a school. Who's positive, bro? On the internet, this is the culture. She gets into that's what I'm saying. To where what's the we don't have a positive culture.
But we got guys that glorify this bullshit though. See, that's what we
My
do though.
point is we don't have a positive. We don't have a culture of positivity.
Well,
You
no,
show me one
the
person.
guys that cover this shit, they just glorify this shit. That's why.
The
Because
culture, bro.
if I'm too busy glorifying some fake positive shit, then
Well, I just
I
asked
won't
who's
never
positive.
have time.
Who's positive? Show me one positive person, somebody out there that people's following. See, it's a blank. The culture, bro. I keep saying the culture. That's what it is.
General SETI. General fucking SETI, man.
CB,
SETI.
General Seti, I don't know who he is.
General SETI,
But
man.
guess what's gonna come
I
out
think
about him later?
I think he's positive. I think he's
Guess what's
very
gonna come
positive.
out about him later? Somebody gonna pollute the shit, and then when they start making rumors about him, then it's gonna be the rumors.
Nah, it's
Then
not
he's
it's
not
not
gonna
the
be
rumors I listen to. It's what
not
comes out of
you.
your mouth, though.
I'm not talking about you. You're an individual. The culture is the macro, not the micro. Me and you don't make the culture. We're a part
Right.
of the culture.
So what you do in the work that you put in is going to be the macro, not the micro. You feel me? The little bit of rumors that get spread, that's going to be the small amount, right?
But that turns into the
If I've been putting in work, lectures, and preaching and giving knowledge about my people, and just a
you're gonna end up
whole
like Dr.
breakdown.
Umar. I'm pretty
Nah,
sure Seti.
Umar ain't got shit like him on SETI,
Come
bro.
on, bro. Come
Umar
on,
don't
bro.
got shit on SETI, bro. He don't.
What you think, man? Umar or Seti?
Main knows.
Well, he's a bro. He can't fuck with Umar,
Nah,
bro.
man, you got to get off mute, man. To answer this, man.
Man, bro, Seti or wash Umar, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
Seti,
Umar can't fuck with Seti.
Umar can't fuck with Seti.
right under Dr. Ben.
Well,
Right
I mean,
under Dr. Ben.
what we talking about? We talking about
He was a student.
black business, like information for black people.
I'm just talking about positive.
SETI's gonna get you closer to your original roots.
I mean, man, yeah. If we talking about like black leadership, I'm definitely gonna go with Seti over Umar, bro. And there's not
Since when though? Since when? Since he ain't built this school. See what I mean?
No, he said
but there was
Umar
a time
could do that. Umar could do that, whatever, bro.
Before
that shit
this
don't
school
matter.
stuff came out.
I just
it
think
was
that
Umar hands
SETI
down.
knows everything Umar knows plus more.
Man.
And that's all he do is kick that shit.
If it wasn't for this school stuff, where would Umar be? He'd be past SETI. The culture, bro.
I'm not gonna say what he wouldn't be. I'm just giving. Look, my thing is this. Y'all know I've been fucking with this shit for a long time, so I'm just giving it from my perspective. But what I do know,
do I got to pull up some SETI for you, man?
I know who SETI is, but like I said, to where I just ain't been into.
But you haven't been in there digging deep up in there though.
Nah, the thing is, friends, I'm deep on that level too. They just won't listen to me.
Well, when I got on that SETI shit, when you get on this SETI shit, the pillaging of your own kind, that shit goes out the window. Okay? It goes out the fucking window. And that's what's powerful about that message that I get.
Bro, I'm on the SETI.
Well, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
When we talk about Umar in the school, right? And you're collecting money, and I mean, bro, I'm not a pocket watcher like that. I do know that with as much money that's went in and out of it, and how much time's been invested in it, you could have started off with like the first couple grades, right? You could have started off with kindergarten, first and second grade, or you could have did a split where you did kindergarten at first, and then you had 8th grade, and then you add a year. So then you could add 8, then you could have 9, right? Then you could have grade 3, then you could have grade 4, grade 11, right? Then by now there would be a little gap by the time you got to grade 6, right? You would have a graduating class, but that would just mean that you could just fill in the gaps.
See what I'm saying, man? You see what I'm saying?
Well, you're not letting me get done. I don't know what you're saying. I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
I don't know what you're saying. I know what I'm saying.
But what you're saying, you're going into the. I'm not getting into the deep of it. I'm saying before he had the school, he was where he was at. Now you're dissecting the pollutant. So now you're dissecting what he should have been doing instead of. But that's what I'm saying. The culture is. Motherfucker's gonna get to the top.
Hold on, though.
The crab and the barrel's gonna bring them down.
If you're running around trying to say the premise of your activism is building this school, That's just like me with the food justice, right? I don't like Flames brought me on a show. Nigga tried to down my core. Oh, the people said they don't believe you. Man, I don't care what you believe because all you got to do is pull me up and you're going to see what it is I've done. And things that I've claimed to do or try to do, I actually achieve it. What I'm saying is that he was supposed to start that school even if it was only kindergarten through second grade, bro. Even if all you had was 30 kids.
I get your point because you ran that by me before. All I'm saying
Okay.
is he was at a pedestal, but the culture is going to look to take you down. Brother Polite, whatever. We all have. But
bro.
Even though Brother Polite is he started doing what he's doing. But my point is, at one point,
niggas
you didn't know. Exactly. See, that's the culture. I'm saying that's our culture. We're scammers. We're gangsters. We're everything. There's nothing decent within our culture.
What you talking
one
about?
person.
You
I'm talking about everybody.
All right, let's check it out. Check it out. All right, let's get this down.
You ain't told me one person who's decent in our culture.
Well, listen,
that we're following.
See, we can't go. It's about the message.
Wait, hold up. What's decent, bro?
I'm just talking about to where there's nothing bad you can say about it. I ain't saying perfect.
Oh, well, you know what?
I'm not saying perfect.
Hey, you know
I'm not saying perfect. I'm not saying perfect.
You know what? One thing I'm gonna say is this. Nigga don't even need a microscope. Anytime you have what's that lens where we used to burn the ants with?
Magnifying.
Anytime you got a magnifying glass, right? Now there's people who get power and do horrendous shit and whatever, but for the most part, I don't think that there's anybody in any position where nobody can say nothing bad about them, whether it's personal, business-wise, disagreement, misunderstanding, right? Like, it's one thing I don't even want to put nothing on nobody, but to me, there's levels of it. And if your good grossly outweighs your bad, I can accept your flaws and little secrets, man. You right. That's how people do. The difference is that as a black person, I think that we're more susceptible to negative judgment because, let's be real, bro, especially white American European culture, they're so heinous. We just be happy they don't be guilty of certain shit. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about them leaders, there's certain things we expect to come with the package, and it'd be disgusting. It'd be vile, but we know what it is. If you a black leader, you better not even like pussy. Oh yeah, you married? Okay, you better be perfect with that, right? With a white dude, we understand it's gonna get crazy, but this is who it, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get it. And it's more, even a preacher, right? A white preacher, we expect him to be able to get away with more dirt than a black preacher. We expect it. We definitely expect
the white preachers got these guys up. The black preachers that took us down. So it should be different. Black people they don't bamboozle us. Period.
Okay.
The white preachers, they get shit done for their community. I'll give you a prime example. The white church right there, the white Russian church on 15th and Sprague.
What's the message though? That's my thing. Like, they're gonna bamboozle you. They've been like, probably when I first.
Here's what let me finish saying about the church. Let me finish saying it because this is the message. Let me finish saying the white church on 15th and Sprague. It started off. If you see where it started off, a little church with a couple houses around it. That motherfucker done grew so much. Every Sunday is packed, and black community, they just got a bunch of little churches around it, but they didn't buy up anything around there. It is all gone. Now our community is gone, and we're gentrified.
Well, you must
can't
leave that. We're talking about the right
business.
We're talking about leadership.
Trying to do that.
leadership
You
from a
don't
white
know the
preacher and a
race.
black preacher.
And nigga, religion is the most racist thing going out,
I
nigga.
didn't. We didn't say that. We're talking about
Yeah,
leadership,
all right.
wasn't we?
Well, I'm just letting
What
you
we
know
talking about
what
leadership?
goes on with it. See,
What
and
we
the
talking
whole
about the
thing is
black
this,
preacher and the
bro.
white
Is
preacher?
here's the whole thing, bro. All this shit that you talking about, these white churches and whatever's doing, black motherfuckers did that, and
I
they
didn't
got
say. I
vilified.
said
Now,
one
I don't care
specific
what you
church.
said. I'm talking about. I'm getting into the historicity of the shit because I got to do that with you sometime because you disregard it, bro. And I know you be knowing about this shit, but you're real smart
I
at
I
playing this
know about why
what.
I don't pay attention to the white people. It's not a problem. See, that's what we're
Nigga, you
trying to.
just got done bringing them up.
As an example, because you brought
Okay,
up
so
a
what I'm
black
doing
preacher.
is I'm giving you an example to offset the example
All
that
right,
you're using, sir.
I got it.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that the little Russian church, that's cool. They doing what they do. But if Jimmy Quinge would have tried that, you'd be locked up. And now I don't know what they did, right? But I do know this, and I hate to even say this. The way they got it set up is if you gonna really help, you got to put yourself in a position and really help on the low. You know these people ain't gonna give no black religious organization a bunch of money if they really helping black people. Y'all better be absolutely self-sufficient, right? Because there's a propaganda campaign that goes on with it too. Come on, bro. Me and you, we don't really have these conversations, nigga. We part of organizations where we took motherfucking vows and oaths to our people. This is what they told us. But me and you know, are you happy with some of the shit going on with your organization, bro?
Not at all. And guess what they be
Me,
trying to tell me? They get mad when
right.
I talk about it.
And they get mad when we talk about it. And you know what? Out of respect
We
for the
don't talk about it.
organizations, we ain't gonna get into it like that now. But niggas know us.
Right.
Niggas know you. Niggas know everybody know exactly what we're talking about. At this point, all we can really do is make sure we solid and stay away from the bullshit. And I guess kind of call out whatever it is we can. But like, it ain't like me and you in a position to be a whistleblower. All we
No,
could do is
because
just talk about what
we
we don't
know.
like.
As soon as we whistle blow, you know what's gonna happen.
What we gonna whistleblow on, nigga? Like we damn near. I mean, man, nigga, we don't even fuck with these organizations like that, bro. I mean, come on, bro, nigga. If you fuck with that shit help pay your bills.
Right.
When they ever gave you a job?
Right. You know, I already know.
I
I
mean, shit,
already.
nigga, for what you doing, your community work and this and that. Are them niggas like supporting? Fuck putting a stamp on it. Fuck the organization. Like brothers, like right, because that's what we be claiming to be. So
You
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 at
already
the
know.
end of
I
the day,
know.
I'm gonna keep it 100. We all saying the same shit from from different angles. This shit's going in a complete circle.
Yeah, we just got to break down some of the content. If so that's all we could go off.
Well, let's get back to it. Whack 100 is the culture of LA, in my opinion, to where I don't expect them to be anything. I'm just understanding the culture. It's just the gangbang culture. It's the great grandmas right now is Crips. So he's coming up
Crazy.
to where
That's a
or
fact.
great. So that's their culture, and in that culture, he's and he's keeping it.
Somehow
That's a culture that
he has
that just
somehow
it only kills blacks. It don't kill
It,
no
it
other motherfuckers. Only blacks.
Nah, Mexicans get killed. The natives. I'm just saying the culture. I'm not saying I'm not talking about Mexicans or Indians. I'm just saying for what he is and point to where yeah he might be a bad dude, but he's consistent within the culture. And right now, that culture runs us as black folks.
But
Period.
he's having interviews with snitches, but he's consistent, right?
Well, but then he's pointing, and here's what he pointed
So
out: being
basically, that
consistent.
culture ain't shit. Then, if
Well, the
if
culture ain't shit. We know
if
that.
you could just go do interviews with snitches, and you still consistent, shit.
Well,
Like I said, I was gonna
he's
have a lot
calling
of
out.
smoke. I was gonna have a
He was
lot of
calling.
smoke.
He was calling out. The person shouldn't have been And like I said, it's for something greater. Like if it was because he just called out he had to kind of break it down, but he just called out how should I say the Bloods, the Nine Trey Bloods, if you understand where their organization came from and how they got basically from Tookie reading a book in Tookie. Somebody was reading a book in '93 when Tookie's book came out, and he started spreading that message in the jail. They said blood stands for something over something destruction, not the blood thing in LA, right? But they called themselves blood. Then somebody started wearing red, but they was never really Bloods like that, but now they got accepted as being Bloods from LA, right? And so he just was calling it out. And so this was probably what he was doing with 6ix9ine early. Like you guys is the one who put on this dude. They don't do that in LA. I ain't seen nobody do that from in LA since, unless it's extorting a Chris Brown or a Soldier Boy or something, right? They just don't put no square on and he just becomes hardcore Pyru or hardcore gangbang out when he was a square. He was calling that shit out early. And if you see him do it later, that's
Yeah,
why he
but I
did it.
mean, he wasn't. Come on, man. For quite a few people, like called that shit out. I don't really think it's about calling it out, bro. I mean,
He
like
was
you've called it out. I mean, like I don't really know on what platforms, right? Because obviously, Whack is in a different position. I don't know, man. I almost look at this shit not to even go here again because I really want to get back on this motherfucker's head. The McDonald's bag. It's really not about that. It's about what it represents and about the way you played it. And it's all like, okay, you just seen what's going on. You probably don't even know about this shit, but you guys know about the Nipsey Hussle, Eric Holder thing, Cowboy, right?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah,
Okay, so Cowboy and Whack 100 is doing a whole back and forth, and he's talking about what you don't do. Like, well, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. And I'm just like, man, this is odd that you have all these ridiculous standards when it comes to analyzing other niggas. You kind of remind me of an ESPN reporter, right? Because see, you'll never hear Stephen Smith talk about all the drugs that go on with his colleagues. He'll only talk about athletes.
yeah, of course. But see, that's
I
what gets
kind of,
into
I
the
kind of, I kind of feel that way with what Wack is doing. Like, it's just weird. Just some of the stuff you're doing. Like, okay, if motherfuckers don't never take the stand under no conditions and talk and this and that, bro, why are you having conversations with people who took the stand? Oh, you shouldn't have put them on anyway. We know that. That's the whole point. But you definitely shouldn't be sitting across the like. If anything, you bring them niggas on there and you be like, "Nah, nigga, you niggas should have never put him on." But to sit
he did
around,
that.
who do you do that with? Who do you
He he
bring
had,
on?
he was talking. He was getting into it with them niggas over there. Nigga, he was a
Nah,
civilian.
did he bring them? Did he bring them on?
The niggas is in jail, bro.
Nah, but
Everybody
the
put him
thing
on
is,
is in
nah.
jail.
Listen, bro. That's a whole hood. That's a whole hood. Like I didn't want him to talk to Mel Matrix or Shoddy. Hey man, there's other dudes.
no, he kicked himself out.
Yeah, no, but there's my point to that is he's saying he's a civilian. You should have never brought the
Nah, that's
civilian on.
bullshit. That's
I
bullshit.
know you might
That's bullshit. He's justifying the fact that he's over there fucking with him. You want to fuck with him. You see that that'll be a good move for your brand or your blue face or whoever game or whatever you trying to promote. So it's good that you be a CEO that's kind of out here and arguing with niggas on TikTok. It's running up numbers for the overall establishment, you know. But it's just the positivity and the bullshit. It overweighs. Like I can't really tell you nothing that Whack 100 is doing positive. Although he probably does. He
a
probably
Pyru ain't
gives some
positive, bro.
turkeys.
This is my point. I don't look for positivity in niggas who ain't never been positive. That's exactly my point.
Yeah,
This are
but
you
so
treat
what?
you trust
None,
niggas to
none
be
of the gangs
themselves,
never been positive. None of the
which
gangs,
is my point. That's our culture.
right?
This is what I've been saying.
But
That's what I've been saying.
that doesn't mean that just because you're from that culture, I
Well,
consider myself from that culture. You
I
know what I'm
keep
saying?
asking you who's
I've been
positive
begging
out this shit.
since I was a little ass kid. But
I,
so now that I'm in my older adult years, do I stay on that? Or do I try to, or do I just say, all right, fuck it, I ain't doing that no more and just be quiet? Or do I try to pump some type of positivity to outweigh the negativity that you already put out in the world? That's my point. Because he could go feed 100 kids and then get up on TikTok tonight and argue with a nigga for 4 hours. And to me, that'll just erase all of the good you just did.
well, I keep saying, who do you know is positive, bro? Until you give me somebody positive, and then I'll say, okay, they stay on some positive stuff, they doing positive, and then we can move in action. But I keep explaining our culture isn't positive. Nobody's there's nothing positive that we can look at, and it's sad. Now I'm painting the reality where you got to understand the reality of black folks.
Well, no, it's
To
not
where,
black folks.
well,
It's the
I'm
with the
talking about
black folks.
us, bro. I'm not. I see.
Well,
I'm talking about us.
we're not gonna see anybody doing anything positive because the money's not gonna go toward them. The money's gonna go toward the people that are doing negative. That's why you always see them. You know, the white man or whoever's controlling the media, everything, they're gonna put the chips on whatever benefits their bottom line. And the destruction of black people, that affects their bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna pay every weirdo, just like you want to get rid of Nas and those guys. You watch this, lyricists, real lyricists. You want to get rid of them? Hey, I got a good idea. Why don't we just pay the weakest motherfuckers to get up here and rap? Give them big ass deals. You know what I'm saying? And then what does that do? It makes even the good, talented rappers want to rap that mumbo jumbo shit, right? It's real simple, you know.
Yeah, that started with. I don't know. I did a. Me and Maine did a. When I was just one of my first podcasts, just trying it out. When I broke down, you must learn. Third verse is the deepest verse in rap history, and ever since that verse, they understood that what they didn't want blacks hearing. And at that time, Public Enemy guys was coming out. So what did they do? They thrust NWA in the forefront because You Must Learn talks about them coming into Africa, the Arabs, the Greeks, and the Romans. They had to team up to put us in slavery. They put us in slavery. They went into the Egyptian library in Alexandria. They took all our knowledge. They made the Dark Ages. Came out with Christianity. It's a summation of everything we learned in college. If you want to know about how we were enslaved and everything that went on today, the third verse of You Must Learn. Period. So you're right. Since then, when the PE went away and the X Clan and all that crap, it went away from us. And then since then, we've had negatives. It's just been negative. Like I said, to where, and that's what I keep saying it again. Our
Well, that's what
culture,
they're
we
gonna
don't
put the money into.
right. But when as we as black folks say, all right, now we're gonna put our own money somewhere and make it to where it's positive. You know, we even celebrate Martin Luther King, who remember this is what got into it on Father's Day because he and this knowledge I was telling him he wanted to go against me. But Philip Rudolph, we should be if we was following him, we all would have money. Because that march on Washington back then was about black economic growth. It wasn't about having a dream. The white folks didn't black folks did not include Martin Luther King. The white folks found about it, infiltrated, and added him to the bill. And then out of all the speeches that was at the black economic growth speeches, we only see Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream. And so every Martin Luther King Day, we shall overcome, but we hear nothing about A. Philip Rudolph, about Black economic growth. And what's on our corner stores? Asians, Arabs. You feel what I'm saying? So that's we do it to ourselves. That's our culture. To lift the motherfucker up and to take another motherfucker down. And then once they sell it, once they say, oh, this is the person you lift up and he's wrong, and then we'll be like, oh, okay, we'll follow the dude until
but this ain't really our culture though, bro. This is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't sit up here and act like this is our culture, you know.
Well, what is our culture, Flames? Tell me
That's
what's
what
our
the
culture.
studying. That's what the studying is. You know, that's when you got to go back to the studyings. That's why those good guys like General Seti, like I just said, you know, he's gonna get you all the way back to your roots, so you know who the fuck you really are. You know,
Bro, I follow that, bro. Bro, I'm deep in that
yeah, but there's a
now,
lot of young niggas that don't know who they are. That's good that you know. It's good that I
bro.
know. You know, like you probably 7-8 years ago, I wouldn't know what the fuck you're talking about. Honestly, I wouldn't give a
Bro,
fuck. You know
I've
what I'm
been on
saying?
this since before. I've been on it for about 23 years,
Yeah,
actually.
but so that means you got niggas that you got to get on board.
I guess
Because if they
this is
don't
my
know,
this is my problem with me in
that's where the
Tacoma.
transition is.
So this is
That's
my
the
problem with me in
transition.
Facebook. You don't see my Facebook. I've been talking about this stuff, and all these guys say is, "Who does Jimmy think he is?" You see now. You see why. You see,
I don't be looking
right?
at that.
You ain't. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. I've been on this shit for a minute, and the only thing I've got now.
Yeah, nah, you know, it's the approach though. You know, it might be the approach. You got to come at them
Well,
with a different approach,
so
or it might be some old motherfuckers that's just too old to learn anything. You know,
no. Here's what it is. I'll explain it. It's noise. Noise in the communication model isn't the sound. It's whatever keeps you from hearing the message. So yeah, there's some noise with me that like Ray said, you think because you went to school, you think all this conversation he said, this is what I was trying to explain to you. You don't know. That
man, I
comes
don't
from
want to
niggas
talk
talk.
about that
That
nigga, man.
that comes. I'm not talking about him.
I don't. Now you chopped up.
New person who brought it to the table, but that's been an old conversation that's now circulating around. I know what it is already. I know the same conversation. They've been thinking this ever since I came back from 2000. I just was on some different shit. I was on this shit. The Hebrews, they call Hebrew Israelites now, but in 99, before the clock struck 200 and they didn't need all that water and shit, they were a whole different name. I was on that shit then. And then when the shit didn't go right in 2000, I stepped back from it because I realized then that was some bullshit. And I was glad I didn't, but I still had the same thought because some of their stuff is true. Some of their stuff is facts, but then a lot of it is bullshit. So just imagine 2000, I come back and I'm doing all this, talking all this. I'm talking to parents. And I'm telling them how to teach their kids and how they should be raising their kids, and I should be coaching. And cats is coming home to their parents. Well, Jimmy told me to do this, and Jimmy told me to do this. Then they start being like, "Oh, this nigga think he's teaching my kids this, and he's teaching our kids that." And but this nigga had all these guys going to college. Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, but they're gonna have a problem with that. Like I
Of course,
wouldn't dare.
this is my point.
Like let's say I was coaching
2023.
some kids. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't dare talk about religion with them.
No, I didn't see. I didn't. Not religion, bro. For example, little Ricky, my little partner. I was he was in fifth grade. Now little Ricky's he's official now, but fifth grade, little Ricky was in school. Teacher called me, was like, "Hey, I hear he's on your basketball team, but he's having trouble and da. I pulled Ricky to the side. I said, "Look at this house. Look at that house. Look at this." We was driving around. I said, "You know what the difference between you staying in one of these apartments and in a house?" So it's right now in fifth grade, bro. So right now, if you do your homework, you do this and do this. And when you get out of college, you go on that route, you'll have enough money to own this house. You stay around and you fuck up and you do this and you do that, you're probably gonna own this house. So I goes to Ricky's mom calls me and says, "What did you tell my son? He's up doing his homework and it's 12 o'clock at night." I was like, "The fuck you talking about? That's a good thing." The next day I go get some to practice. Guess what she does? The mom. She takes him away, so she knows I'm coming to get him from practice. He's not there to be on my team for practice anymore. So guess what I had to do to Ricky? I had to so then a couple nights later, Armand Davis is walking down the street, 12 o'clock midnight. I pulls over. He's a little kid. I'm like, "Bro, what you doing at the basketball?" I says, "You any good?" He talks fast, like, "Yeah." I said, "Where you stay at?" He just stayed right behind the same street, right behind. So I'm coming to get you tomorrow for practice. Now Ricky's avoid me. His mom's avoid me. Armand, I picks up Armand. Armand's practicing. I has to go get Ricky's uniform and give it to Armand. Armand wears that motherfucker proudly. Ricky starts feeling a certain way. He's mad about it, but he turns to the hood. That's because that's what he's doing. That's what I can't do nothing for. I couldn't do it. I tried. Armand got his masters now, bro. Feel what I mean? Like it's that's just it, bro. It's you gotta. That's just what happened with me. They think that I was around there. Like when I talk about it because like I tell my favorite thing is Whitney Houston, love yourself. You gotta love yourself. You can't. I come from my mom's on drugs. So what? We came from the hill. We wasn't rich, but guess what? I'm proud about everything I do. I wear my wazoo. I'm Sigma. I'm from the hilltop. That's me. It don't be these niggas. They're not proud of themselves. So they don't know how to put pride into kids. They don't know how to do it. I do. I did. And so
So
everything I've done,
what will you tell a kid about this Whack 100 guy then?
I tell him, what would I tell him about Wack? This is the position Wack put himself into. And that's what he do. He's a grown man, and some grown man will be that. But then I will explain to him that if you don't want to deal or be around people like Wack, don't be like Wack. Don't subscribe to it, which is hard.
Well, there's nothing bad. They're only glorifying what he's doing. So saying that, like, there's really nothing bad you could say about the guy.
You can say, you can say Pyrus, you can say, but that's good, bad. That's what I'm saying, bro. The culture is, it's cool to be a gang member. So if it's cool to be a gang member, we got Snoop, we got Nipsey, right? We got who else? Kodak Black, Little Dirt, Little Baby. All these guys are gang members. Look where they're at. How could you tell a kid that they don't want to be that? When they see these, look at their life they're living. So the culture doesn't spotlight. We got a black police officer and we got a black police officer, right? Chief of police. We got our assistant. We just had an assistant black chief of police officer. He just retired, right? But we don't put them guys. No kid knows who they are. They know who Little Baby is, though. So that's what gets back to our culture. Our culture doesn't put nobody positive who's doing positive. So
it's not our culture, bro. We're waiting on these white motherfuckers to promote us, bro. That ain't our culture.
What I'm saying about culture, I mean what black people do. I'm not talking about that type of culture. It's kind of a semantics. I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying, our culture is what we're doing as people. What we're doing as people is we like rappers to be our leader. We want sports players to. That's what we want to do. That's the culture of Black America. It's not. It's not
shit.
to
If
have.
that's the case, LeBron is positive.
One, I was waiting. I'm not. I'll ask you the question. I was gonna wait for you to come up with some answers. You said one person, LeBron.
Well, there's a lot of you. I mean, if you want to if you could put LeBron in there, you could put a lot of athletes. You could add another couple hundred on top of that.
What? Look, the one we do call the one who might be that. Guess what we call him? Square. He's a fucking square. Russell Wilson.
No,
We're
I
gonna
think
call him
Antonio
Square.
Brown. I think Antonio Brown does a lot for the community. He's very positive.
Yeah,
You
but
feel
he's a
me?
but he's stupid.
No, he's not.
That was stupid what the fuck he did, bro. Come
What
on,
did he
man.
do?
When he took off his shirt and
He got mad at
upfield,
practice. He
huh?
got mad at the
No,
game.
he did that in the game,
So
nigga.
what? It don't matter.
Okay,
It doesn't matter.
all right,
That's
that
not that
does
doesn't
matter.
say that
That was
he's
dumb, bro.
any less of a man or any less
I ain't
human or
said
any less
I
positive.
didn't say that. I just said it wasn't you. You put him on the pedestal being positive. I'm
Now he
saying no.
is. He is because I look at the body of work. You know what I'm saying? We look at
I
the
don't know.
square
I
because I
don't know
know
what he
I know
does.
who you was getting at with the square. And then I look at the football camp that Antonio Brown ran and how many black kids was there. You know what I'm saying? It was just all black kids there, you know.
Right.
And
Compared to the
he put
square,
that
right.
right. So who was positive? You see what I'm saying? Well, oh, they see me because I got mad, or that was that 1 5-minute clip of me getting mad. They just hold that against me, huh? But all these other motherfuckers could do all this bullshit and don't got nothing to show for nothing. Or they got one black kid at they fucking football camp. You know, all rich ass kids that could pay, that the parents got the money to pay for that shit, you know, but they won't come to the community with no with nothing, you know.
Yeah,
So
I
I
get
don't
it,
know,
bro.
man. I just, I
I,
don't think
I'm
our
just trying to
culture
get
has
you.
nothing to do with what's on TV.
I'm
I
just,
think I want people to know that.
but I think you're missing the point of what I'm saying. Culture, we got a different definition. What I'm saying is our culture is what we do every day, what we subscribe to do, and what most people do, and what we look forward to. The culture, just like for example, let's say like all right, there's sub things in the culture. Let's say the culture of gang banging. You gotta you gotta press issues. You gotta rob. You gotta sell drugs. You gotta pimp. That's the culture. And gangbanging is not the culture to go out and be a preacher, right? That's not in the culture of a gangbang. So what I'm saying, the culture is the overall thing of what a certain people does in their environment or their habitat. Is what they normally do. So in the culture of blacks, we tend to look up to the gangbang culture. We tend to look up to putting people who's to tear down our leaders. Prime example, Bill Cosby. Shit. No matter what, we should all stood up and said, well, damn, the nigga was giving them Spanish Fly. Spanish Fly was fucking legal. Tone Loc had a song about it. Funky Cold Medina. Dun, dun, dun. That wasn't bad then, right? Then all of a sudden, Bill Cosby comes out years later. They talk about Spanish Fly being wrong. He Spanish flied the girl who wanted to come to his room, who were being groupies.
But
And
Bill
look what
Cosby had
Black America,
a bunch of shit though. He had a bunch of cases, man.
bro, he had cases of Spanish flying them. There's all the same cases.
Yeah, but he's repeated doing it over and over
But
and over.
but it's Spanish fly. That's what was in California. You can
I
go
gotta.
see what I mean. That's so you're not gonna. The culture is, as I'm explaining, you're gonna look down on something that was
Yeah,
happening
it
back
didn't
then.
work. It didn't work.
So
That
why?
didn't work.
So why did we let these guys tear them down, and now we're tearing them down? Because what
I'm not
happened in
tearing
the
him
seven?
down. I'm just not gonna sit up here and act like he's totally innocent. You feel me?
I'm not saying he's innocent. Here's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's all I'm saying. I'm not tearing him down.
In the set
I don't have
in
a
that era,
comment about it.
we couldn't get no Spanish fly in Washington. I ain't never seen no Spanish fly up here. But in California, in Hollywood and shit, they was on Spanish fly, bro. You can you can buy it at the store. Like I said, Funky Cold Medina. That was about Spanish fly. So then years later, outlaw when they don't do it no more. Now you want to bring up the person that blacks was looking up to on the majority, and then bring up his past. It don't fucking matter no more. He's not doing it now. He wasn't doing it then. Now all of a sudden, and then they went to prison for him. Why? Because we didn't have his back. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about we'll just turn on them. Every leader that's been blacks have been turned. Period. Nobody's been our leader and stayed that way and went out through existence. Nobody. That's our culture, bro. We're gonna hate.
We're gonna have to pick this one. We're gonna have to pick this one back up, man. This was because we can go all day on this shit, and it ain't even fair to have whack up there while we segue and everything. But we got to figure out some type of something and start having more shows like this about just being aware. It's not like we could change anything overnight or nothing. It gang culture. We already know that's deeply ingratiated in the community and our roots.
Fabric, bro.
Yeah. So
it's just in our fabric, bro. So
but hey, my thing, the motherfuckers that surround me and the motherfuckers, just like you said, you wasn't letting them little gangbangers in the gym to fuck with the other kids that wanted to be there for different reasons, and that's good. And that's the type of shit I'm gonna be running, and I'm gonna be letting them know about all this stupid ass shit, because that's the only way they're gonna learn. Because a little kid will grow up thinking that this shit is cool, and that's what I don't. I want to at least just put a small bug in their ear, like, no, this shit is not cool.
You see my profile pic. That's extend peace and spread love. That's peace and love. That's what I've been doing. Now I can't help it to where, and I'll defend myself because I still got that mentality in me. I wish I didn't, right? I wish I didn't have that mentality. I wish I could just let shit be gone and leave it alone. But bro, to be honest, I'm tired of this shit and I gotta call it out to where other people should see it now. Even with this last shit, and I ain't gonna say his name. You know how many people called me and said, and this is why he stopped? Because he's seeing that, nigga, you look stupid, bro. I've been telling niggas for a minute, man, call it out.
Man,
watch.
You guys,
I'm just saying, bro, like he fucked up a whole podcast. There's nothing to mash out, bro.
But we can't fuck up another one, talk about the same shit.
No, but there's nothing. I'm just giving you an example that's fresh. That's just an example that's fresh. There's nothing to mash out, bro. He did that. Would you mash out the nigga you found out, oh, this is how you really felt this whole time? No, you wouldn't. Just because it's not you, you're not looking at it like that. But put it on the end.
But see me, I don't know. I come with
have to know.
With peace.
If a nigga starts saying,
like he said, I don't come with that. I don't come with none of that. You're not gonna get none of that from me for here. Because when I go in my room and I got my weed on my desk and shit and my computer, everything, like I'm sitting right here, I'm not coming in here. Like I'd rather just go in the community. I'm just go in the backyard or something.
Be active in the community and start doing that.
You said what?
Have free be active in the community. Like start like I said, to where start showing them different. Then you go in places like to be honest, bro, my magnitude is I'll go someplace and I'll just go there for peace, and people will start showing up at the spot that was never cracking. Now it's cracking. What's Jimmy doing here? Motherfucker, I'm the one who got it jumping. They be on that type of shit. You feel what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna say a couple spots. It's just how it be. Nigga, when did Tacoma start playing Seattle in sports? When I brought my team, when I started the team, Tacoma Titans, and we jumped in that league. And then they came and took over the Tacoma Titan team. Guess what I did? I said, fuck, I ain't playing for you guys. I went and played Beacon Hill, Seattle.
Well, how we gonna get another team?
Bro, like I said, I try to explain it. I don't. It's unless we get some funding. I don't hit parents over the head. All these guys do is hit parents over the head.
Nah, parents gotta pay. They're making everybody pay. They're making me pay. They're making everybody pay.
Nah, they don't. See, there's another way around it. There's there you don't have to make parents pay. There's funding. You can get funding, and the funding that will take care of everything. Hey, that will take care of everything, right?
Man,
I'm
it's a
just saying,
business.
it's a business, but there's a business within that. If you start paying people to get the
They got
grants,
reasonable rates though. Like I seen they got teams, you know, they ain't that expensive.
bro. I know is this, bro, and
Man,
that's
we
what I'm
got to
gonna
get
tell
on
you.
this topic. I gotta go bust a couple things, but
But yeah,
we definitely got to stay on
yeah,
this
we'll talk
topic,
about.
man.
We'll have something about youth
Matter of fact,
sports.
if you free in a few hours or something, you know what I'm saying, I'll be freed up again.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, we'll have a youth sports conversation. I cook that to death. You feel me? So yeah, I'll holler at you though, man.
all right, boss.
Yep.